some of you already saw for the topic of this meeting was to do a deep dive into the back office and get people up to speed and educated, because there's always new adjustments or features, additions, and so on and so forth that you would not know about if you didn't tap on it and kind of follow the breadcrumbs, as John likes to say. But yeah, let me go ahead. I will get right into it, and I don't think that we need to do a presentation right now. Yeah, and maybe we will when we go through the instructions on the actual back office. Maybe we can run through that right quick. But yeah, let me go ahead and sign in. I think my MetaMask is already good to go. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and log in. All right, let me zoom in a bit more here. All right, so I was looking at this ID number 1. Or I guess I took a screenshot of that earlier for the little thing that I did, the picture that I put onto the post. All right, so but for people who are coming across the video, I mean, let's go from the very beginning, right? Again, you do have to have your MetaMask set up or Trust Wallet. People are also using the Token Pocket now, which is another mobile application. But for MetaMask, again, you will see a pop-up screen like this, and you have to sign in. And as you saw, I was already in another account, right? I was looking at the first account, or rather the first ID, and I did need to log out, as you can see, because otherwise you're going to be seeing it in a view mode only. But anyways, when that pops up, be sure to sign in. And you'll see this is still showing in Russian. I guess at some point maybe they'll put it in English. But as we all know, that Russian is the foundation language here. So yeah, back office, this is it. We are in there, and there have been a couple.
Can I chime in on something? I have a few technical support problems with people signing in. They don't see the signing screen. Now, if they don't see the signing screen when they try to log in, means they have an ad pop-up blocker running in this browser. They need to turn it off, or authorize Forsage IO as one of the websites, because I had a few guys from South Africa who had this problem. They couldn't see the sign-up screen, so they couldn't connect to the wallet.
Mm. Yeah, definitely good to know. I don't have any pop-up like issues on mine, so or not issues, but like software or anything. But yeah, that definitely would be a problem, I mean, for people who want to upgrade and things like that. So yeah, be sure that you have that stuff disabled, and yeah, refer to inside of that particular software, and then cut off the enabled function for that. So yeah, but anyways, again, some things have been changed up here. Let's start off with the tabs at the top, right? Where before we had, I think, about 5 different things across the top, but now they have been minimized as a drop menu. So your main panel, right, where it shows an office, that's going to take you to this page right here that we're looking at. And of course your partners, which is, again, used to be up there above in the tabs, and the statistics, and your...
John?
Sorry?
What about Stefano?
Hey.
Is he asking?
Here, I'm going to go cut the... you guys can private chat if you need to. I'll go ahead and cut the...
Yeah, send me a message.
And you can unmute yourself if you'd like to unmute yourself, but I'll go ahead and mute everyone so we don't have any background, too much background noise is going on there. So again,
with me.
Sorry?
Network is
the problem is. Do this again. Hang on.
Yeah, they all mute.
All right. All right, John, I got you unmuted there. Of course, you could have unmuted yourself. But so anyways, the the drop-down menu here. Now, again, as the instructions can be found underneath information. All right, and of course, log out is as it normally is. You just have a simple button to log out. All right. Now, again, as we scroll through and scroll down, I will show for people who do want to put their back office in dark mode, this is where you can find it right here at the very bottom of the screen. Obviously, people typically come, not typically, but always, the default is going to show like this. But if you do want to have your back office for stylistic reasons or whatever the case may be, for your eyes, a little less heavy on the eyes, to have a darker screen, I like it in the dark mode preferably. Anyways, so other things to note on the side here. Now, of course, on the phone, the layout is going to be a bit different, right? This is where you can find the actual smart contract, right? So if we click on, you can copy it here. You have the option to copy it, or you can click on that, which will take us directly to Etherscan and directly to the contract. All right. So, and again, as people know or may not know, you know, the contract, it has been verified, right? So Etherscan has given it a seal of approval, which was brought up in the last Zoom call that we did for, you know, the official Zoom webinar on Wednesday. And, you know, people were asking, what should we do? And, you know, how do we approach people, or not approach people, but respond to people who are trying to get us into other new cycle of programs. And, you know, they say that this is better than Forsage or whatever the case is. Now, again, you know, the fact that this has been verified via Etherscan with respect to, I guess, John, do you want to go into the, I guess, more technical aspects of why that is distinct? Because a lot of smart contracts are still available and can be used, but they are not necessarily verified by Etherscan.
Well, this particular one has already been vetted and verified. The code has been checked twice now, and it has been verified that all income coming in goes directly, immediately to an outgoing wallet. And they have managed to maintain the ledger as per they say in the website, in the description of their decentralized function. So as of now, it is already recognized as now the smart contract is actually tagged with the actual website ID, which is forsage.io. So if you look into your transactions in your dashboard, if you click on any of the Etherscan shortcuts, you will see Forsage.io in place of the smart contract address. So this gives you a sense of belief, confidence that this is a bona fide smart contract on the decentralized platform.
Of the, you know, that's not, it's not something that just is, that they just give out casually to all smart contracts. It takes, I'm not sure what the steps were that they had to go through. If they had to verify it more than one time or vet it more than one time, but it is done. So that just to make sure that people understand that, you know, we are dealing with a professional, you know, group of individuals who are, you know, crossing their, or dotting their I's and, you know, as they say, dotting the I's and crossing the T's, so forth, getting all the small details done that need to give this more credibility. So, but anyways, let me go ahead and close that out. And I got some of these little screens here covering up my tabs. So again, this is where you can find the smart contract for people who want to easily get to it. There are other ways of accessing it, but that's the easiest way right there from the dashboard. And of course, your own wallet address can be found here, and you can copy it right there as well. And again, if you click onto it, it will take you to your wallet on Etherscan. And likewise, we can find to the left, again, it would be different on the phone just slightly, but here on desktop, you're going to find it to the left like this, and this is where you're going to find your affiliate link to their copy and paste, you know, accordingly. Also, which was recently added, they have the, well, different denomination for USD, euros, and the Russian ruble for now. I guess they may perhaps add other, like the peso, or I don't know, like whatever the Chinese, what is it, the yen? The
China's yen or the Taiwan dollar.
So now that is, again, I can click onto it and you can see how the values will change once it reloads. And you can see here that now that's showing in euros versus USD. Likewise, if you were to click on the different, hang on here, let me see. Yeah, well, even here, of course, too, it's showing in euros how many euros we've got for the total amount of Ethereum that's come in. So you guys can change that accordingly. Also, the other thing which I think is overlooked by probably 2/3 of the community is the Telegram bot, the notification bot that allows you to see what incoming, I'll go ahead and click on that and open it so people can see how it will look, at least on Chrome. Now, of course, if you have mobile, similar, if you have Telegram on your mobile device, then, you would just basically click onto it, activate the bot here. Now, it will initially show in Russian, so be aware of that. And to change it, you just simply click on the arrow there, hit the menu button, click on your settings, and then you can choose between the languages. Right now, only Russian and English. All right, so there is that. Again, this gives, John, do you want to chime in and give any other points of interest about the Telegram notification bot?
Okay, the bot will tell you if someone signs up, and under you, a new user message will be shown. And also the bot will tell you if any income comes to any of your accounts. Now in this bot, you can add as many wallet addresses, as many accounts you have in Forsage, and it will monitor all of them for you. This one also tells you if you are getting an upgrade from somebody. It also tells you if your boxes need to be upgraded. It give you a warning. If you are about to lose profits, then it will tell you you need to upgrade this immediately. So take a look at it when it tells you something. It also tells you a lot of things, what's going on with finance. For example, if money comes in and it's not going to you, it's going to your upline, it also will tell you there.
Definitely interesting. Yeah, to have this. I mean, again, it is, for people who may not necessarily be logging in to their back office all the time. Of course, if you have your notifications enabled, this will pop up, right? And you'll be informed that you've either gotten in a payment or that you're, as John said, like in danger of missing payments or profits. So something definitely to not overlook and to go ahead and enable that. Easy to do, so no excuses on that. And it's like Christmas. Really is like when you see those payments coming in, it certainly brightens up the mood a bit, with whatever's going on with you. All right, so let me get back to the back office here. Now, the other thing that has been added, this goals. Now, we're still finding out a little bit, or rather, we still haven't found out exactly, how this is going to play out. It's just a new feature that really kind of brings a level of, because you can't add, let me click on this and I can show where you can add a goal, right? A name of the destination and so on. This is really in a beta phase, I would have to say. I threw something there, don't know that we'll hit it, but I put 100,000 as my goal. I'm trying to push. I mean, why not? You know what I mean? Set your goals as they say, shoot for the stars, and you'll land somewhere in between there pretty nicely. So, but this is more of I guess to give a crowdfunding, for people who are, I don't think that you're actually able to give to the goal. So I'm not quite sure how that will work out. I mean, if you guys are aware of like GoFundMe or Kickstarter, which are crowdfunding platforms. And I think that is what, because Lotto did mention through his own words that it would be like a crowdfunding feature. But as of right now, I don't know that you're able to contribute to anyone's goals here. So, but just know that that's there. And of course, we'll give you guys more info about it when we ourselves find out more about it. So just be aware of that. It doesn't really affect anything as of right now with your account. The other thing to note here on the, where you can see your Ethereum, let me go back to the office or main panel. where we have the pink bar that has the amount of Ethereum, the total amount of Ethereum that you have. This is where you will see a hazard arrow pop up as well.
Yeah, Tomic, log out and log into 5847. There's,
okay.
you can see the actually triangles.
Hang on.
5847. Yep.
All right. So as you can see there, if I hover my mouse over the top of this, this shows that this person has already missed a profit. I don't think this only appears when you've actually missed a profit. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
Right.
Oh, where's this guy? Stefano, you want to say something?
Hey, can you present the business, because Ahmed is new. I invited him, so he doesn't understand anything what you're talking about.
Okay, well here, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'm going to actually, I have the video queued up, and I hope that the volume will be a bit more, and let me know, you guys let me know right away, because Stefano, you actually did mention it when we did it on Wednesday, and I did a kind of a test to play that new introduction video that came out last weekend, but there were some, I think it was with the buffering rate, we had an issue, but this video is only about 5 minutes long. So we'll go ahead and let that play, and we'll come back to this. But just to finish this point on the hazard arrow, that this, again, that white hazard will, or not arrow, but triangle rather, it will pop up there with the exclamation there in the middle when you've actually missed. Okay, so it says you've missed profit from participant number blah, 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 with area number 7, meaning I guess slot 7 on X3. All translations on this site will be forwarded to your upline. Translations meaning payments. So, you know, the wording on this is, well, again, maybe it's translated directly from Russian, but we will, since we do have a very unique relationship in terms of having a connection via, as a moderator, John is a moderator in the main chat. I've been able to establish a relationship with Lotto in particular, where they do, and Richard also as well, who is not on the call. I thought he was going to be on the call today, but anyways, though, you know, we've been able to make some suggestions, and they have acted on it relatively quickly. So we'll bring some of these things to the table. But so as you can see, a missed profit there. It does show and indicate. Now the yellow arrow, or rather the yellow hazard sign with the exclamation. I see this question mark. That's kind of new too. Your partner is ahead of you on this site. All right. So I don't know. I don't think that they actually have gotten ahead because I don't. Well, however, so again, so John, this one comes up if you are in danger of being overtaken, or it actually pops up if it's already happened.
Well, this one actually, he's already been overtaken in this level by his downlines. Now, there's 2 versions of this hazard sign. One is to tell you need to upgrade, means you are in danger of missing the recycle for the levels below. The other one is to, if it stays there in the center at the top, means it's telling you you have been overtaken by somebody. Actually, if you click on the white triangle sign on the 9.775 ETH, it will show you the statistics of what happened below. So this is all the payments this person missed. Yep, because he didn't upgrade and he didn't, he let people overtake him. So this is what happens.
Yeah. So again, you know, as we always recommend that, you know, you don't want to take the upgrading lightly. I mean, unless you just simply don't care about leaving, you know, let's say you dropped $100 bill on the ground and you know that you did, and you don't mind someone else picking it up. Well, that's basically what's happening. Now, some people maybe are just not in a position, literally financially, to upgrade. And that's something it's just that the way things go, right? The system, it can't hold your downline back from upgrading if they choose to upgrade, because in a lot of situations, the partners below your own downline are pushing, you know, kind of putting a fire under under the butt of their sponsors. So, however,
actually, if you go back to his office,
all right, let me back.
click on his office and go to the main panel. And if you click on X3 level 7, on the center of the yellow triangle, it will show you why this is active. Below, he missed 1.6 from ID 7649. And it shows there a no entry sign 1.6 minus up next to the basket.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, this is something to be aware of. But however, Ahmed, I'm going to show this 5-minute video. I think it's actually, well, it's nice that we have both the South African female voice on one of the introduction videos, and this new one that's come out, it has a male American accent, but it gets to the point pretty good. So let's go ahead and cue that up. I already have it here, and we'll let this play through. And this will give a good overview of what's going on with the program, and then we can get into more details beyond that.
How you can earn Ethereum daily, paid directly and instantly to your own Ethereum wallet, just like thousands of people around the world. Introducing the world's first 100% decentralized matrix project programmed on an Ethereum smart contract called Forsage, where 100% of the income goes directly and transparently.
And I'm going to pause right here right quick. How is the sound, by the way, for you guys?
You should increase it slightly louder. It's a bit soft.
Okay, let me go.
Yeah, and it looks laggy.
Yeah, that's because of the buffer problem. That's why
Yeah.
I would prefer to post the link onto the group chat, and members who want to play it on their own, then they can actually hear it properly in the right speed.
Yeah.
All right, let me try it. I will boost the volume up. I mean, the buffer issue may still be there, but I'll go ahead and turn it up and see if that gives a bit, better volume for you guys.
To the members of the project with zero risk. Forsage's genius and lucrative matrix marketing plan was programmed on the Ethereum blockchain with revolutionary smart contract technology that executes the program automatically in a decentralized way, so no admins are needed to run the project. It's impossible for project creators or anyone to change the code and execution of the smart contract, and that is extremely powerful, as it ensures the project will keep running and there is zero risk or possibility of hacking into the smart contract or stopping the project. Unlike centralized cryptocurrency projects, the founders of Forsage. In the next 5 minutes.
Wow, hang on, I'm so sorry. All right, but was that better or was it worse?
Yeah, better now.
All right, I'll go ahead and continue then from where it was.
Technology that executes the program automatically in a decentralized way, so no admins are needed to run the project. It's impossible for project creators or anyone to change the code and execution of the smart contract, and that is extremely powerful, as it ensures the project will keep running and there is zero risk or possibility of hacking into the smart contract or stopping the project. Unlike centralized cryptocurrency projects, the founders of Forsage never take or store members' cryptocurrency in any centralized location, so it's completely secure. 100% of all Ethereum payments are sent instantly and directly to the members of Forsage and stored in their personal Ethereum wallets, which they control the private keys. You can easily verify all of the transactions on the Ethereum blockchain, as the project is fully transparent. Right now, over 2,000 people are joining the Forsage project worldwide every single day. With Forsage's decentralized project, you can get started with as little as 0.5 Ethereum, and the income potential is literally unlimited. You can earn even 1,000 Ethereum or more. Since February 2020, Forsage has helped thousands of people earn Ethereum, and some have earned hundreds of Ethereum in their first 3 to 8 weeks of getting started. Like the following Forsage members: ID 8679 earned 379 ETH, ID 8648 earned 301 ETH, ID 64 earned 466 ETH, ID 1 earned 843 ETH, ID 7977 earned 299 ETH, ID 113 earned 209 ETH. And by the time you check these IDs publicly on the blockchain, they will have earned even more Ethereum. Thanks to the powerful and lucrative Forsage Matrix spillover plan, it is possible to earn Ethereum even without referring anyone to the project. Just like, for example, ID 11181, who earned 28 ETH, and ID 20920, 24 ETH, with 0 referrals. How does the Forsage work? In the Forsage X3 program, below you are 3 places in one line. In the Forsage X4 program, below you are 2 lines, 2 places in the first line, and 4 places in the second line. When you register in Forsage with 0.5 ETH, you open both programs simultaneously. In each of these 2 programs, Forsage X3 and Forsage X4, there are 12 slots. Each subsequent slot you purchase is 2 times the value of the previous one, and it generates twice the income as well. Each slot generates you income unlimited times with no expiration. For example, the 0.1 ETH slot generates you 0.1 ETH over and over again. The 0.2 ETH slot generates you 0.2 ETH again and again. Then 0.4 ETH, 0.8 ETH, 1.6 ETH, 3.2 ETH, 6.4 ETH, 12.8 ETH, 25.6 ETH, and 51.2 ETH slots generate you 0.4 ETH, 0.8 ETH, 1.6 ETH, 3.2 ETH, 6.4 ETH, 12.8 ETH, 25.6 ETH, and 51.2 ETH respectively over and over again, an unlimited amount of times. In Forsage X3, you get 100% of the payment to your ETH wallet from spots 1 and 2. Spot 3 reopens the slot again, and payment goes to your upline. In Forsage X4, members who take 2 places below you in the first line go to your upline, or they spill over to someone else on your team. You receive 100% of the payments on the second line. Spots 3, 4, and 5 go to your wallet, while spot 6 reopens the slots matrix again with empty spots, and payment goes to your upline. There is a system in place that incentivizes members to upgrade to higher slots in the matrix from the profits they've already made. Otherwise, they can lose profits while you can earn extra profits. This ensures that active members will eventually upgrade to all 24 slots. You can only earn ETH on active slots. How many slots can be activated immediately? As many as you want. The more slots you activate, the more ETH you can earn, and you will not miss out on any income from partners upgrading before you or matrix spillover. It is recommended to start with at least 4 to 6 slots in both Forsage X3 program and Forsage X4 program. Leaders usually start with more than 6 slots, some with 10 slots in each matrix to earn more from the beginning. You can create unstoppable passive income with Forsage as we grow and help more people around the world. For more details on how Forsage Matrix marketing works, please watch our full video. It's important to realize Forsage is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Income is not guaranteed, and if you want to earn a lot of Ethereum, then you need to put in the effort. Our winning team provides all the training, resources, step-by-step tutorials, and support to help you achieve your goals. Ethereum is second largest cryptocurrency after Bitcoin, with the most developers than any other cryptocurrency. Since 2015, it went up in value from $1 to $1,400 at the peak. And experts predict the price of ETH can skyrocket to over $2,000 in the next 12 to 24 months. It's time to earn Ethereum now. To get started, you need to install the Trust Crypto Wallet app on your phone or MetaMask ETH Wallet on your PC and deposit enough ETH there to register and then activate the amount of slots that you want one by one. Please watch the step-by-step video tutorials on how to get started and contact the person who shared with you this video. Welcome to Forsage, the first ever 100% decentralized project.
All right, boys and girls, that is that. So that's a really nice, very nicely done video. It gets to the point. Yeah. Was the volume and the buffering okay?
It was okay, yeah.
All right, well.
Ahmed asked me how to open how do I open an Ethereum wallet? He asked me.
Okay. All right, well, let's go ahead and, yeah, we'll go ahead and cover that. Let me pull my Zoom menu out of the way. It's covering my tabs. Now, there are a variety of ways on the surface that you can do this. If you go inside of your Trust wallet, now I can't show that on the screen here, but you are able to buy let's see, now this is your Trust Wallet, right? So this is what it's going to look like on your phone. So again, setting up the wallet. John, if you have that on hand and you can put that in the chat box for people.
Actually, I can put the video I made for Trust Wallet on the chat box link.
Okay, yeah, perfect. And then people, you know, how it will work, an option, right, to be able to get Ethereum in is you can actually buy using, I believe, your credit card through the option there. You'll find at the top of the screen, once you've clicked on Ethereum, here, for example, where I have the mouse hover, let's say that this was your wallet that you've created. When you click on to Ethereum, you'll have the option to buy at the top of the screen. In fact, I think I might be able to do this quick enough that I can send a picture of it from my phone through Telegram. Let me see if I can do that right quick. But however, though, you would be able to purchase, and I think that it allows you to do it with your credit card, but you have to, you know, of course, put in a variety of information to verify that you are who you say you are, and so on and so forth. Yeah, let me go ahead and I will open up I'll take a screenshot of that.
It uses MoonPay.
Yeah, MoonPay is the payment provider, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing with Trust Wallet is that the minimum payment is $50.
That's
So
right.
Right.
That's
Now that's the thing. I mean, again, you know, it even is the same, you know, because this is another one that I have been recommending to people. Changely allows you to use your credit card as well, Visa or debit card. I mean, Visa or a credit card. Now this one.
But there are not a lot of countries that are accepted. Another one that you could recommend is called ARTM for Latin America and Africa.
Okay, you let me, what was the ARTM?
Yeah.
And what is
ARTM.
Sorry?
ARTM.
Am I spelling it right? Art?
No. It's AIR. AIR.
Air ATM. AIR ATM.
Exactly. ARTM.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha, sir. All right. And this is it here. I would imagine.com. Let's see. This is new. So again, I'm always learning something new. As I said, so are we all. Oh, it's so good to come to these. So apparently, yeah, you can do cryptocurrencies.
Yeah. They have like their own dollar, so you deposit money and you have air dollars, and those air dollars you can convert them into crypto, and those crypto you can transfer it into Trust Wallet.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is good information. Good to know. I won't delve too much into it. It says benefits of AirTM, save and spend in the US dollar, convert e-money to cash globally, send money anywhere, exchange cryptocurrencies. So this is how you dive into that. So that's another option. Again, there are a variety of exchanges. For example, Coinbase, I don't know if it is available in, let's say, Latin American countries. But I do know that it is most definitely available in the United States, Canada, and most European countries. Beyond that, I'm not sure what their what other countries they extend into. So there's that. But of course, yeah, you have to explore some of the options because there definitely isn't a shortage per se. There's a lot of different options, but you have to, just like we found out about this AirTM. This is the first time I've heard about that. There's also Luna, I think, which is available in most African countries.
Just a question, just a thing to point out, for Luno and most of the South African crypto exchanges now, they require 2 to 3 days to cool off and verify. So people got to be patient to wait for it.
Yeah, be aware of that. It's the same thing with Coinbase too. They haven't always been that way, but obviously as regulations have increased, they have put tighter restrictions on people just opening up accounts to avoid fraud in the various ways that people are manipulating the system. So there's that. I won't go too far down this rabbit hole, but just so that people understand, for Ahmed, that is something to explore. Now, let me get on back to I'll log out here.
Okay, I've posted a document how to register. So it's in English. So anybody who wants to translate to any other language, just use a translator to translate. It's generic instructions for MetaMask and for Trust Wallets.
Awesome, thank you, John. Yeah, I guess I don't need to take that picture. I was going to take the screenshot and send it through. Well, I'm already halfway done, so I'll just go ahead and do it anyways and send it to Telegram so I can show an actual picture of the Trust Wallet buy button. All right, so I've just sent that through. Let me go ahead and open that and show. All right, so this is what I'm saying here. Again, the buy button can be found at the top there. And as Stefano pointed out, it is a minimum of $50, but again, convenience is something that you have to pay a little bit more for, in terms of there being a minimum, and they may have relatively high fees as well. But to get your foot in the door and to get in, this is one of the easiest ways to do it. Of course, you can have perhaps, I wouldn't get into the habit of it, but perhaps having someone send you either via, which I've done for other members as well, right? That they wanted to essentially send me $50 through PayPal, and then I sent them Ethereum. But again, something I don't want to get into the habit of doing, or other members to get into the habit of doing. All right, let me get on back to the dashboard, because again, I definitely want to go through, because John will, I guess, take us on a journey. And John, you can share your screen if you'd like, but I was going to show people the different options with respect to tracing payments, and also just all the different options, right? When we click on the box, that'll show you in X3, if you click on the boxes, either the first, second, or any of them, it will show you who your upline is, right? Because that's always tied, tethered to, or however you want to say, linked to your upline, right? And that always works that way. And of course, clicking on the box does show you all of the transactions that have happened within that income stream. So as you can see, I've cycled through, what was it, 30 something times, whatever it is. And the payments that come through, right? The 2 payments that come into position 1 and 2, and the recycle positions, because you can see every other time is a recycle, or every other 2, right? So we got 2, and then a recycle 2, and then a recycle 2, and then a recycle. So you can understand how that plays out, and you can find all that information. Even click on the box here that has an outgoing arrow, which I'll show a quick example. That takes us to Etherscan, so that we can then look up on further data with respect to that payment. All right, so there is that. What other things to note here? Is there something that you wanted to point out, John, while I'm here on the income stream box?
Well, X3 is pretty straightforward. It's got nothing to do with spillovers or team building. You get profits from people you directly refer. Now, very important to remember, if you are referring more than 2 or 3 persons to upgrade to the next level, otherwise you're going to miss the recycle for the level below. Now, it's important also to know, position 1 and 2 pays you directly, position 3 goes to your upline directly. So when you click on the box, the ID number you see directly above your box is your upline. It means the third payment always will go to him for the X3 program.
Right. Now, again, as John said, it is pretty straightforward on X3. On X4 is where it gets a bit more confusing, to say the least. But yeah, I just wanted to point out that. And again, here's where you can see the upgrade. Again, as I have pointed out so many times in other Zoom calls and presentations, that you cannot upgrade to, you can't skip over from, let's say if I was upgrading from income stream 1 and I wanted to go all the way to income stream 6, well, you do have to go through each of these in the proper sequence, right? From 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6. And of course, as you can see here, I'm on this 8th position here on X3, and the box does, or the shopping cart does pop up like this. And shout out to Richard for him suggesting to one of the developers to type buy across the shopping cart. So again, that was, I'm pretty sure, wasn't that right, John? That was Richard's suggestion to
That's right.
have them.
That's right. Because people were not able to see exactly how to upgrade, because this one was very small at one point. So now it enlarges it to tell you this is the next one to go to.
Mm. So PowerTeam members are always bringing something to the table. All right, let's go ahead and look into the X4 and talk about, again, when we click on the box, it will allow us to, again, peer into the payments. Now, this one happens to be connected still to my upline, but it can and has changed. All right, so again, for example, right now, let me click back out. I could hit these arrows here on the side and just go from one income stream to the next. Let me just go ahead and go on to 5. I think that one's connected to a different number. And it's actually connected to someone in our lineage who is somewhere down in the line. I don't know if they're a direct downline of mine or referral, but however, you can see that the payments now, instead of it going to my upline, direct upline, which was 64, that these payments are now going up to this particular partner, right? Now there's a third payment, the recycle. Will that also go to them as well, John?
No, when it comes to the 6th box, you mean 6th box will go to your upline. The 6th box recycle always pays your upline.
Okay, all right, so definitely important to know. Again, that these 2 payments will go to the designated, I guess, as the color code kind of indicates, you have that pink or purple-ish. And likewise, this is kind of a bluish, purplish to kind of, I guess, correspond to where those payments are actually going. Now, it could so happen that the payment, when it goes up to this person, that if they have these open slots, or if these slots are rather open, then likewise, they would fall into a position where this person wouldn't get that payment, so on and so forth. But again, so going back to this, like I was saying, that these payments, as you can see, going back to the point of in X4, the positions, right, of, well, let's say this box, which is income stream 5 on X4, that it cycles, right? So now once we get to, let's say I cycle through a 3rd time. So far I've cycled through 2 times. When we get to once this circle fills, it goes up to my upline. Then again, this potentially will change. Am I wrong about that, John, or will it? Is it every other?
The ID number might change. The ID number above you might change.
Now, is it possible that it doesn't change?
Yes, it is also possible it doesn't change. Depends on what's happening in the matrix and on your adjacent cells and the cells below you. Sometimes how it works very simply. For every box in the export program, there is a upline ID permanently attached to the last 6 position. That one never changes. Now, the first 2 positions, depending on whether it could be a bonus, it could be a gift, it could be an overflow, it could be a spillover. The first 2 boxes always pays to a higher partner. In some cases, the higher partner could be your upline. In most cases, it is not the upline, it's someone else. It also depends on how was this before. If you missed a payment or someone in your lineage missed a payment, missed an upgrade, then this affects where this also goes. So what we know for sure is that positions 3, 4, and 5 always pay 100% to your wallet. And what we do is we use positions 3 and 4 to finance your next level upgrade. So then you get to keep position number 5. Now it's very important, a lot of people don't realize this, the circles below here are on top is 1, 2. The bottom 4, the first one is 3, 5, 4, and 6. Right, so the numbers are not in running order. So it depends on your lineage below where it activates and where the payment will go.
I'll show of course that's been written out in the PDF, but I think that they do.
Yeah, there it is, yes.
So you can see that this
Why
is 1, 2,
like that? 3, 5,
4,
and 6.
and 5, and then 6. Now,
see,
again,
so in this case, you may have a case where positions 3, 4, and 6 are filled up, but because 5 is not filled up, this one will not recycle. But actually, your upline already got the payment in number 6 for the recycle, but this box will not recycle until all the positions are filled.
right.
Why it's like that? Well, it's a difficult question because I haven't got it out of Lado yet.
But however, again, when all of these are filled, and in addition, obviously, to the ones here at the top, then it will recycle. Now, it has many times I've seen played out where, again, you get a payment on perhaps the first position. I don't know if I've seen it happen where you're paid first before position on the top fills, but I think
no. The first line has to be filled. You will get cases where 1 is filled, 2 is not filled, but 3 comes in and 5 comes in, you get paid twice. But the other side, number 2 is not filled.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. That the order sometimes can vary. But so you're saying that you'll always have a payment that comes in the first position.
You must have a position taken up in one of the 2 positions to have being paid below.
Gotcha. Definitely important to know, because a lot of times people you're not going to be upset with the fact of seeing that, oh, wow, that I got the payment in on the third position here before the second one fills up. You're as happy as can be. And then, however, the next payment, you even might get another payment on that same row and that fifth position or whatever the case is. But however, again, this isn't going to recycle until all positions are filled. And as John said, that the recycle 6th position might in some cases get filled, as the 4th payment coming in, and then the other ones fill in accordingly, and then it's going to recycle. So
you want me to share the screen on how you track this, or leave it for another Zoom call?
Yeah, I guess we're only at an hour now, and I think
if you want, then I'll use yours to show real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to stop your screen.
All right.
I'm going to share mine. Right, everybody can see my screen here. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm looking at your box. We're going to look at number 5. So here you can see this ID number is your where the positions 1 and 2 are supposed to go. And this is your ID, and these are the payment slots. Now, for example, if I wanted to find out where did this payment go to, because this box tells you this payment goes to this number, but in actual fact, I know from this case, this actually went to 64. So how do I find out where these payments go? So you look for this 7461 is over here. This one here is this payment coming in this cycle. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are these 5 boxes here. So this is the first box, and this is the second one, and this is the third one, and then the fourth one is 6040, and the fifth one, you can see from here, you can see 3, 4, 5.
Right.
4 is here, not here, right? So then if you want to track the payment for 7461, what I do is I click on this link here, which will open Etherscan, and then I click on this address, because this is where the contract paid this amount of money to this. You can see Forsage IO paid to this. So
right.
Click on this one, right quick, copy this, then go into your logout and just paste that address here, and then go into view mode. And this will show you where the ID is. So this will show you 64 got paid in that cycle. So to verify, you can actually click on 64's statistics.
Yeah, income slot, right.
You can see his income slot where you are actually showing up in there. You will see 5346. If you go down far enough to match the time where this happened, of course, this guy has got many circles there. So you actually will see a 5346 in one of these. Let's see where is. It's quite far down. Oh, anyway, if you go down far enough, you will find a 5346, which is from you paying to him for that slot. I don't see it here. Anyway, the point is to tell you how you actually track this from the Etherscan is by getting the address of where it goes. So I'm going to show another one, because a lot of people get confused with where the payments actually go. To verify a payment, for example, if you know this is supposed to go 534 supposed to pay you, and you complain, some people complain on the technical support, oh, I got this slot, but I didn't get the money. But if you look at this one, this is 5834. Again, we click on this one. This will go to the address, and we copy this address, and you log out from here, and you paste that address in the search and go to view mode, you will see the ID where you actually paid. It actually paid to you. Now, this is one way of confirming. The second way of confirming is to go to the where you saw the address earlier and go to the internal transactions, and this will list all the internal transactions which paid to you. So very important. A lot of people realize, oh, this figure here is what's in my dashboard. They think that this is ETH is what's in their wallet, but it's not. Because why? This one shows you the amount of money or ETH you have earned from day one you went this contract to today. The balance in your wallet is not this figure. The balance in the wallet is what you click on here. And you see from here, this is the balance in your wallet, which is actually showing on your MetaMask and your Trust wallet as well. Right, that's what I wanted to say about this thing. So how to track, very easy. Every one of the boxes, X3, X4, there will always be a list of activity which happened here. So if you want to track a specific one, look at ID number, follow the Etherscan, and you will see where it actually ended up. In some cases, like in this one, you can see it shows 5893, but to be honest, this one went to 64, this one went to 64, the three of this went to you, and this one will go to 64. So this is something I was talking to Lado this morning about. This number being displayed there, because I had a complaint from a customer from Brazil, which had about 300 people in his team, and they were confused because this is supposed to pay this, and they were all arguing that why is this paying to people in numbers here, but it's not corresponding.
Right.
So then Lado said to track from this exactly which position you want to see where it's paying to and track from here.
Yeah, and again, these are just, you know, I guess growing pains of the user interface, because as we have seen in, you know, the past, that Etherscan doesn't lie, right? Now, again, with, I'll cut my camera on, but again, Etherscan doesn't lie. So, you know, the user interface, you know, we've had even issues with the notifier bot, where we had to mention that the slots were actually not corresponding to what the notification bot was saying. I think
that was a 2-month-long thing of argument going back and forth with the Russian people and the bot programmers to change it to make sense to us English-speaking people.
Right, because it was like, what are you guys saying? This is not, I mean, because they weren't even using the word slot, they were using another word. So anyways, though, again, just so to let people know that they're, you know, Etherscan and the way that the contract and the code has been written, it is doing how should I say, not a fair, but a appropriate distribution of the payments. But the user interface, because of the fact that sometimes the translation with the Russian, from Russian to English, and also that they are, for example, with that box that you said, you know, that was above, whatever that was, like 5840, or whatever it was. But that
5893, it was actually because you know why the instructions say that the X4 positions in level X4 positions 1 and 2 in the first line will pay to a higher partner. Now, if you go up to instructions, it actually says there instructions, and it's in purple actually, because I remember it well because I click on the instruction here. Okay, go down, go down, go down, go down, go down to the X4. Down again. Okay, stop. The purple, no, go up that one. The purple writing, 1 and 2. Partners who take 2 places below you in the first line are 2 places in the second line of the higher. 100% payment goes to the wallet of the higher partner. So don't forget, this is always valid because this is how the program was designed to go to a higher partner. Now, in some cases, the higher partner may be your upline. In most cases, it is not. In most cases, it is someone else in the system which has in some way lost a payment to you or someone in your team, and then they will get reassigned back this lost profit to be fair in the overflow. But it is
work. That's how overflows work. That's
exactly. Yeah. But then I've also got another interesting thing. In some cases, like for me, in my ID 5680, I got a gift. Because I was not entitled to that payment, but somebody overflowed and I got a gift for it. So it's a bit funny. If you key in my ID 5680, you can actually see that gifting thing happened. And it happened, I think, twice, I think.
What was it,
5680.
Oh, yeah.
If you click on my statistics,
maybe what happened that it didn't choose, the system didn't choose that person, and then the person that is tried to choose also wasn't eligible, so it chose you.
Yeah, it gave me as a gift, so I was quite curious. Oh, where is it now? It's gone. Hang on. I'm trying to find out which it's missing now. Oh, anyway, there was a icon which came onto my. Well, I'll find it, and I find it. I'll take a picture and post it.
The gift, yeah, the gift box with the bow on the top.
Yeah, correct. And it came in more than once actually, and it was quite interesting because I not expected it.
Also, again, and before we close this, we'll go ahead and start bringing this to a close. But I did want to also show, and I'll do it from my own account, just again in full disclosure, so people can see what's going on with the up here at the, from my vantage point, anyways. The partners. Let's look at that next, and this I think will pretty much.
Yeah, I found it. It's in 5436. You can come and look at it later. Interesting.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but so again, this is where you guys can see, with this link, this is an added the affiliate link for distribution and registrations. Effectively, is a bit of a team builder in the sense that if you have referrals who are coming in. That you want to place people under them without them having to worry about doing it, that this link will automatically do it systematically, right? It'll place into the first open position of each one of the people, that you have. I think you do have to have a minimum of 5 before you're able to get this link available, before you're able to get
right. Once you have more than five or more than 5 partners, this link, it becomes available, and then you can distribute this to your partners if they want to use it, or even for yourself, and this will automatically place people below your partners in succession from left to right, one each, and then when the whole layer is full, it will come and place a second one from left to right. Now there's a new icon at the bottom. If you use this link, some people have voiced out there's a clock logo with 2 arms. If you use this one, that logo actually tells you that's the next person going to be assigned to these.
Yeah, that was what we asked Lotto about. He, basically, because I didn't know it myself, but that was another little added, again, another little nuance that we, they unfortunately aren't letting us know about every little new feature or nuance. Now with that, I mean, that was probably always there, right, in terms of this new icon. Since they added this, which it's been probably about a month now or so, maybe a little bit less than that they added this new feature. But Mia, for example, who's in the Power team, she had a person who I guess she has given this link out to. And however, so in her list, it showed that instead of the right to the left of the number here, or to the left of that particular number there was
if you go into our ID, you can see it, 9170.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that. It'd be best to actually show an example. Let me log out and show 9170. All right, so we'll go ahead and just do that.
Right at the bottom, there's a green mark with a happy man.
So that is a new icon that, again, without us having known beforehand, again, it was a question that was brought up by me, and a very good question because it's something new that very few people have seen. But so there you go. You can see that's what would happen when that link is used. All right. So also, again, to show here the clicks, I guess this basically gives you kind of a statistical data on how many people actually clicked onto that link that you have. And what else here? Yeah, also, and then John, this is another suggestion coming from him so that you can see the total amount of people that are within your structure from below you, that is, that have filled out through the various ways that the lineage can fill out. And so right now, this is Mia's doing pretty well here with 38 in her overall structure. And that really pretty much sums it up. Again, you guys can see here, to the right, how many under the partners. You can see, well, there's a variety of data points, right? You can see which one of these partners has upgraded and to what level, they've upgraded to, their profit in particular, and also to how many partners they have, right? Obviously, this is where this is tallied up from, but you can find out all of the total amount of partners that have been tallied up. And that really pretty much sums it up with the back office. There's another thing, you can click onto the Panther, and that'll actually take you to the landing page. So that's a quick way to get back to the landing page, where you can see, this information when people have to, when they use your link, where they would come in to join the program. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up. They will be adding more stuff here for the FAQs. Obviously, there are a lot of things, as Lotto says, we are really still in pre-launch, which is understandable. There's a lot of great programs that took many months, let's say several months, 3 or 4 months before they came out of their pre-launch. For example, there's one that comes to mind that I was in. It was called Cash FX, the Cash FX group, and they were in pre-launch for roughly 3 months, right? I think they opened up started allowing people to come in June, and they didn't actually launch until November. So, it's not unheard of for, platforms to be in a beta phase. So we're still going through some growing pains, as you can see there with the user interface, but all in all, things are working out very, very well with Forsage. I mean, so many people can attest to the fact that it is working. So, but as we say, and even in that introduction video that just, that we played in the beginning there, this isn't to be confused with a passive, strictly passive platform, that you do want to come in here with a mindset of, sharing the program with as many people as you're comfortable doing. But there also were plenty of examples of people who are also coming in with the mindset that, okay, if I do want to enjoy the passive side of things, that I am going to have to come out of pocket to pay for as many levels on X4 as possible, right? Which does open you to spillover, but you also need to be selective about the team that you join, right? So coming into an inactive team and you open up, 7 slots or so, you may not see that much activity, even though you've opened up a good variety of slots, like spending probably $500 or more to open up through to level 7. So if there aren't any questions, if you guys do have questions, by all means, I know we only have a few members on right now, but if you all have any questions, please do ask. If anything that we said has sparked curiosity, or if you had questions that you had in mind before we, as I was going through this. But if not, then I am going to go ahead and wrap it up. But yeah, hey, so this was great. Thanks everyone who was able to attend. We appreciate, again, your time and attention. These Zoom calls are really more explosive and powerful than people realize, I think, when it comes to you people here who are live with us, understand a lot of these, like I said, details and nuances that you will only learn by sitting down and paying attention. Like, reading a good book, you can't just skim through the pages. You have to actually take in the information to be able to create that mental picture for yourself and to take yourself on the journey of information. Right? All right. So anyways, though, I'm going to go ahead and close out. John, did you have any?
No, a question. One last question.
Yeah.
Is there a way to have a spillover on X3? Because what I've seen is that when on X3, when someone below you pays you the reinvest, it fills you that spot on X3.
Yes.
Right?
As spillover, yes. I mean, as a
not spillover, as a recycle.
A recycle.
Yeah, what happens is that the partner below you fills up your positions. As you bring in more partners, more positions get filled up. Now the partner below your partner, you only get 1 in 3 times. So 1/3. So because then you will see his ID. When your partner's partner fills up partners below him, then you will only see his ID appearing underneath you. You won't see his partner's number in the X3. So every time he recycles, you get one number. For example, if you're number 10 and he's number 20, every time he recycles, you get number 20. So if he recycles fast enough in the same day, you might have 3 number 20s below you. But that doesn't mean that he has, there's a bug in the system. It means that the people below him has allowed him to recycle more than once in a day.
Yeah.
So there is no possibility of getting spillovers or overflows from X3 system. X3 is direct from who pays and who gets.
And only other than, I mean, again, if you would, I guess, not label, but an upgrade, if someone overtakes their sponsor,
Yes, then you will get it.
In that sense, you can get spillover, but that's, again, not really spillover in the true sense of spillover. That's someone who essentially, you have the income slot open, but your downline doesn't, so you'll receive that payment.
That's called overtaking.
So but I thought that's how you get spillovers on X4, if you have the slot available, but your upline doesn't. So that's why on the first row you get that person, because your upline didn't have that slot available.
No, say again. Just say again.
So I thought spillovers, yes, came because, let's say, this is the real case. Tomic invited me, and I opened 4 slots on X4. Yes, the first 4. But Tomic does not have the 2, 3, and 4. I do. So if Tomic invites someone else, and this someone else upgrades to 2, 3, and 4, Tomic won't be receiving the money of people buying the 2 and 3rd and 4th slot on the X4. You know what I'm saying?
But this person he's bringing is putting him below you or putting him next to you?
No, Tomic is bringing the...
Yeah, if Tomic is on top and then he brings you below. And if you're saying if he brings another person beside you or brings somebody underneath you.
No, he just brings someone underneath him like he did with me.
Yeah, so then he brings a partner adjacent to you, right? Means next to you. For example,
what I said is that if this person that he invited buys the same slots as me, he won't bring.
Yeah, but I need to know the position of this person. Is he below you or next to you? Because then how it plays out is different.
Okay.
You get what I mean? For example, Tomic is number 100 and you are 110. And he brings a new person 120. 120 is next to your 110 or 120 is below your 110. It will affect the way the expo plays. Both situations are different. So that's why I was asking you, which position is he placing this person? 100 on top, 110 is you, 120 is on your side. Or is the 120 going to be below your 110? How the X4 will respond will be totally different. So then you need to ask the right question to get the right answer. So ask again.
Yeah, I'm confused. That's
why.
why.
What do you want to know? You want to know about, okay, let me explain both of them.
Spillovers work, because now you're confirming that I do not understand how spillovers work.
Okay, spillovers work in an interesting way. If you have one person, say Tomic is 100, and then he has a first partner 110, and then he has another partner 120, and has another partner 130. The spillover comes from 130 to 110 from the system. You will find that you will get a position in the X4 of 110 from 130, and that's a spillover. It's got nothing to do with who put the money in. It's just a spillover coming from the fact. It's what we call the Trinity system, where it comes from the 3rd member to the 1st, and the 3rd member will have the same opportunity with the 5th member, the same opportunity with the 7th member. That's the spillover coming over. Now, when people join up under X4, positions 1 and 2, which go to higher partners, those are also not overflows. Those are not spillovers. Those are entitlements, payments to the higher partner as a benefit, being part of this team build. Right? People always call them as spillovers across or spillovers, but in actually natural sense, they are not, because the money is coming in to a position which is not paying that principal person. So that money has to go somewhere, because the smart contract determines that whatever comes in has to go out. So the system will find somebody who has that slot open, who is eligible to receive that payment in positions 3, 4, and 5. You get what I mean? So
Yeah.
you need to look at it running from, if the person, like your original question was, if the person was directly under you or directly next to you, the payouts in the X4 is totally different. If the person is directly below you, you will get paying or non-paying spots. And Tomic will also get a non-paying spot. If your spot is non-paying, Tomic might get the paying spot. But if the system determines that it goes to a higher partner, then Tomic will just get a non-paying spot, and someone else outside of the team or the lineage will get the paying spot. So it's not confirmed. If the person's on your right, usually the second person next to you, Carol, will not get any spillover. You will not get any spillover from them. You will get from the third person, because the matrix runs 1, 3, 5, 7, and 2, 4, 6, 8.
But let's say that Tommy does not have the one of the slot, and I do.
If the person comes below you, buys that position, then you will bypass Tomic. And Tomic's outline, if he has the slot, he will get it. If the person on your right buys a slot which Tomic does not have, then the same case, Tomic's upline, if he has the slot open, will get it. But you will not benefit from it at all unless the system determines it as a spillover to you.
So it always goes to a higher partner, not necessarily your upline.
Well, they always say it goes to a higher partner, but I have followed it up. It goes up to a higher partner, and when it's supposed to reach a higher partner, the higher partner also has position 1 and 2 not filled. Then it appears as a spot there, but then it goes to the right or left and goes down to someone else who is eligible to get paid. So it says higher partner, but actually the number you see, hey, this number is lower than my number. Maybe his number is 50,000 something, but I'm number 10,000. But this guy got my payment anyway, and it says there payment to a higher partner. The arrow still points going up. Okay. Oh, what's a non-paying? Nelson is asking a question. What's a non-paying slot? Oh, hold on. Let me unmute everybody. Everybody's got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are unmuted.
Well,
okay, Nelson, your question. What is a non-paying slot? Non-paying slot is positions 1 and 2 in the X4.
As well as the 6th position, but that's a recycle that does, you could consider that a payment that you're actually receiving, but you do have to automatically relinquish that to recycle the income stream. But essentially, position 1 and 2 are non-paying positions.
Okay. Anyone else want a question?
Good evening. Oh, I really commend you guys.
Hey, Chiguez, how you doing, man? Good to hear from you.
Yeah. That was a really great presentation from you people. I really have a problem in this X4, the spillover. It gets me confusing each time, like the way it works. I don't have much spillover on my own platform, my own back office. Like, it really confused me what is really happening there.
Let's go ahead and look at, what's your number again? I can't think it off the top of my head. What's
11450.
And so we can kind of run through, you know, with the spillover. So you've got 2 income slots open here on the X4, right? Now, a few of these positions, let's click on to the first box, for example, where you have the only places that you've received spillover so far. Now, again, as you can see, the first position, second position are not payments that you receive. And in terms of the way that that those get filled in, again, as John was saying, that, you know, these payments can basically be coming from people below, right? That are not necessarily coming from the top, but it also comes from, as it's called, overflow from the bottom. But that those can fill in those positions. And again, it really depends on a lot of different factors, you know, as John had already stated. But I mean, anyways, John, I don't mean to butcher it, but if you want to explain to him, based on his situation right here.
11450 is the first box you get when you register. So this one automatically will pay. You pay 0.05 Ethereum, and half of this goes to X3 and half of this goes to X4. So if you go down below in the transactions below, the first transaction, you can see there are 4 here. So the first 2, the right at the bottom, these are going to higher partners. You can see from the colors of the boxes, it tells you 11483 is a partner invited by you. And then you got the lighter color one, which is overflow from the top. Yeah. And if you check in your partners list, you can see that 11483 is actually your partner. And so is 27312, and so is 71623. So the color balls on the left-hand side are the ones which tells you these are spillovers or earnings you are getting from people who are directly underneath you. And then the one with the light color blue one, 8475, is actually a spillover from the network, from team build in the system in our group. So you're getting a spillover there in position number 2, 8475, from the activity in the team. So, Chibuzi, what was your question actually, which you didn't understand?
My question is this: does the spillover come from above or below? Because
it can come from anywhere. It can come from anywhere. It can come from. It wouldn't say it will come from above or below. It will depend on somebody in your team reaching this position, and there are nobody else around him which has non-paying slots not filled. Then the system will keep looking for someone who has those slots filled and assign you that position. So it can come from on top, it can come from below, it can come from the network, it can even come from outside of our team. Because I've actually received some spillovers from ID 2000 something, for example, and they are not in our lineage at all. So then these just come. There's no fixed method of how the X4 spillovers and overflows come, because it is a matrix.
Right, and again, I mean, as we always try to mention to people, because again, I know that people are trying to get their mind around exactly how, or to predict, right? People want to be able to predict when the spillover comes, or to think that, hey, hopefully within the next 4 or 5 days I'll receive a spillover. For example, here you have your income stream 2 open, and yet there haven't been any spillovers yet, but there are a lot of other IDs that, for example, when their positions are on slot 1 and 2 of other people's IDs, that they are finding other positions that are open, right? Or they may end up in open slots.
Tommy, do something. Pull up my ID 5712 on the. This is in something I want to share in full disclosure.
5712.
5712. So I will let this team know what's going on here. Now in this one, I created a long time ago, about the same time as I joined Tomic in this PowerTeam. And to be honest, this one was created under Mark Hamlin 64, because I joined his Facebook group before I joined Tomic. Now if you scroll, you can see from here, I only have one partner, and that partner is my wife. And we don't put any money in there or any activity, because we're not team building on this one. I just wanted to test how active was Mark Hamlin's team build at that time. All these positions I get here are all from the team build effort from Mark Hamlin. I did absolutely nothing to get this here. I just spent my 0.05 Ethereum, bought this registration, and let it sit there for a month. And look how much money I got from the spillover, 739. From the activity of team build alone. So how does a spillover come and the overflow, or you would say? It has a lot to do with the team build activity in that team. At that time, this program which Mark Hamlin was running was called the rotator system, which he had, which eventually failed. And when that one failed, this one stopped receiving payments. So if you go to my statistics, Tommy, if you go up and click on statistics, you can see the last payment I got was, I think it was in April. You see April 19. Yeah. So
wait, hang on. Which was
any of the payments activity in this account came in on April 19. So for that, after that, when this thing had no more, you can see the majority of payments came in March. What happens is when this project, this team was no longer active, they went to the new Freedom 12 thing they are promoting now. this one basically fizzled out, and then so no more spillovers come in there anymore. It's the end of it. So that's how I'm trying to tell everyone. It's very important to be active in your current team build, because then that's where all your extra bonuses and spillovers is going to come from, right? I hope this sheds some bit more light on how this thing actually works for you, Chibuzi.
Yeah, I'm kind of clear now, but I still have a question. For me to get more spillover, what must I do, like, for me to get more spillover?
Well, if you look at team number 11181, Tomic, you can see this guy did nothing also, and the same situation, 11181. He recently now has 2 partners or 3 partners, I think. But before that, 2 weeks ago, he had 0 partners, and he earned all this $8,000 from all his spillovers because he bought lots of levels. So how do you increase your earning capacity? First of all, you need to understand in your team or in the team lineage you are in, how many people are going to upgrade to higher levels. Then if they are going to upgrade to higher levels, then you would buy more higher levels in X4, because then the higher levels pay more. And how does this person actually get active in this? Well, he helps his team markets people in. So he does not get the direct partners, but the people above him, his upline. He's helping them to get more people into the team build. So as people add on to his team build, he gets more spillovers from them. Right? So effectively, the only way to get more spillovers is to have an active team build going on.
Wow. So to buy more spots.
To buy more spots is one alternative, because the higher spots are, the higher payments you get. Then if you're lucky, like say someone in the group upgrades to level 10, and you're the only one in the lineage at level 10, you will get it. You get what I mean? Just like the other day, Tomic bought level 9 because he knew somebody below in the other team is going to upgrade to level 9 because he was upgrading very fast. So then Tomic decided, I'm going to take out money out of pocket and buy this, because if this guy upgrades, it's going to come back to me. So well and good, after a week, that guy bought it and he got it back. So it's important to know how your team is working and how the people below you are functioning to get benefits.
That's I got that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, and again, this is something that, like I said, when it comes to people who are, if you're not actively bringing in people yourself on a, somewhat regular basis, then, with respect to if you want to see more activity, right? Because you would see more activity in your spillover if you had higher positions open. And like John said, if you received a spillover, let's say at level 5, let's say you have something that fills in and opens up 1, and like we said, the next payment that comes in might come into your 3rd position there, right? But if you don't have that position open or this income slot open, then you miss a variety, because you probably would have received spillover. There's been plenty of spillover that's flowed around you, right? But because of the fact that you only have these 2 income slots open, and there are a lot of people, there are many, many more people who have this income slot 2 open. There are far fewer people who have some of the higher income slots like 5 and 6 and so on. So the regularity for these higher positions, if you want to call it regularity, you have a better chance than so many people. As you can imagine, everyone opens income slot 1. So, there's not a lot of people who necessarily see, fast activity in positions 1 or positions even 2. But of course, you're going to likely see more activity in the higher positions. And of course, there are higher payments, right? Which would boost up your overall total amount of Ethereum. So I hope I'm not overcomplicating that in my, in my way of viewing it.
A lot of people realize they don't get much spillover if they're level 1s or level 2. The reason being there are about 100,000 people at level 1, level 2 waiting for spillovers. So there are not enough level 1, level 2 spillovers to go around. Everybody is directly going in and jumping to level 3, level 4 nowadays. So then 1 and 2 gets filled up by all the people who are waiting for it. And a lot of people don't get it because there aren't enough to go around. So it's better to upgrade, because if you're on level 5, for example, it's paying you 0.4. Once you get that 0.4, it pays for all the levels below. It's more than that. So a higher level is beneficial.
Yeah, and again, I mean, this is, you know, something that people have to consider. I mean, especially, you know, I go to the fact of people who invest, you know, in some of these passive income platforms, and they'll throw $300, you know, for a hope of the platform staying around for them to receive, you know, 3% per day, right? They'll put their $300 in the program, hoping to get 3% per day, you know, 5 days out of the week, or some may say 7 days out of the week. But the fact of the matter is that, you know, you're better off, again, if you put that type of money into the X4. I mean, I tell people all the time, don't even go past income slot 1 if you aren't going to bring people in. You know, use that money, obviously, because it's a waste of money. There's been plenty of people who've opened up income slots all the way to like 7, 8, or 9. Amazing. I can't understand. They just probably didn't understand the system. But they opened up all those income slots on X3 and 0 partners. So you just wasted, you know, nearly $1,000 to open up.
Would recommend, if you know you're not going to be marketing and getting in partners, just leave it on level 1 on X3, and then spend all your money in X4 as high as you can go, because that's the only way you'll get bonuses from the team build, especially if you're an active team. And people, like in this case, our team build, the South African team is now already arriving at level 9. So if you can afford to increase your X4, you might get the chance of getting spillover from them, as I get quite often from them as well.
Oh, I get that.
So, but anyway, something to, again, you know, these are not hard-hitting facts, but it is the reality of this program, right? Now, again, you know, we always tell people that you want to be able to share with people, and if you're not in a position to share with people, then you have to take the active out-of-pocket position of buying up more income slots on the X4. So, I mean, that really pretty much sums it up. Otherwise, it is a lot of hard work. I mean, sleepless nights, I mean, literally. I mean, not to, you know, pat myself or John or other people who, you know, stay up and do a lot of, you know, with respect to helping people out, bringing people in, marketing, and all these kind of things that will pay off. I mean, the hard work can't be overstated. You know, and it certainly does pay off, you know, but I'm just repeating myself at this point. But anyways, I'm going to wrap it up. We've been on for 1 hour and 45 minutes now. But, you know, like I said, these are, to me, I really enjoy being on these calls because it definitely allows people to see that we're willing to put in the time, you know, to answer these questions. I don't think you'll find any other Zoom calls that they are willing to sit with their partners or sit with, you know, potential prospects that want more answers to their questions. You know, so I hope people find value in what we're doing, because again, it's not common, you know, with respect to being in a team willing to help out many levels down, and again, people who've not even signed up yet, because, you know, like I said, I have seen in the crypto space very few programs that really deliver what they are advertised to deliver, and Forsage does deliver that. There's no doubt about it. I mean, to have earned, you know, roughly $8,000 myself in the 2.5 months that it's been, or whatever we're coming up on that it's a powerful program. There's no doubt about it. And I understand I understood pretty early on the level of work that was going to be needed, and I was willing to do it. And especially to be able to see other people who've come into the program, whether or not, you know, I'll do more testimonials. I have a testimonial, Richard. Actually, I think me and Richard are going to do another testimonial video today. You know, and he's an example of someone who came into Forsage, who's been a member of my Telegram group for probably a year or two and never joined any of the other programs, but he saw the potential that this program offered. And you know,
actually, he was the first guy who got spillovers for doing nothing at all, because the guys, you were adding people to your partners,
right.
and he benefited from the third and the fifth in line behind him. So that's where he got, because I tracked it, how he got his spillover. It came from activity from the third, fifth, and seventh person in your line.
Yeah, that trinity, like us, like jump that we're talking about. And so, I mean, again, like I said, you know, this is something that it is, it really is, I find it to be a team effort that I am happy and passionate about, you know, sharing as much as I can in terms of the amount of time or questions or answers that I can give for people that have questions. And yeah, it does what it is designed to do. So it just takes people getting their own mind around it and being able to share it with other people with you know, a knowledgeable level of information. And if you can't do it yourself, then you bring them to a call like this, and then we'll try to get as many of their questions answered as possible. And there's no doubt, just as John said, there's many people who've come into the lineage who get what's going on, and they're moving on with or without us. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, thank you guys again for all of the time and attention. I know this was a long one, but like I said, it's worth it. But we will, be doing another Zoom call tomorrow for the community, right? We'll be doing a marketing one, and that'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check your local time zones to correspond with that. And just, hope to see you guys there on that call.
Hey, John, where can I learn or perfect the information of spillovers? Because I really need to perfect that information.
Well, you can check me up. You can check me up on the, I can give you what information I have collected so far.
Yeah.
I've done about 2 months of case studies and helping people track it. So more or less, I know how it runs and where it will go and how it will actually fall out before it actually happens. So that's what we do with our manual rotator. We actually strategically check everybody's IDs and who's on the left, right, and below before I place someone below them, so that they will get the maximum boost and the team will get the maximum spillover. So it's a complicated thing.
Okay, so I can talk to you on Telegram, and you.
Yeah, yes, chat me up, and what I know I can share with you. I've got no problem with that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, all right, but hey, everyone. Hope to see you guys in the Telegram, being active beyond this, making sure that you're asking questions and, you know, again, bringing this opportunity to people who you feel will benefit from this, because it's working. There's no doubt about it. So, all right, we'll hope to see you all soon, and tomorrow on the next Zoom call that we have for the community. All right, so over and out. Let me do my salute. And I'll see all you guys real soon. All right. Thanks again, John.
Bye-bye.